Okay, welcome back to Minecraft. So I was streaming, doing the kitchen, but the stream, my Wi-Fi went out. But I finished it up from there. So the kitchen is now completely done. So I'll give a little tour of it. You walk in here. There's a refrigerator here. There's magnets of a bear, a rabbit, a chicken, and a fox on the fridge. I forgot to put something in there. There. And then this is like the little desk that's in the computer. A little desk that's in the this is the desk that's in the kitchen. Because every kitchen I've ever worked in has a random computer in the corner. Um, and then yeah, there's some extra storage up here. These chests don't really open; they're just for decoration. Brewing stand. There's the two sinks here. You've got your knives and your cutting board, and a melon, which we're gonna pretend is a slice of pizza. And then you've got the blast furnaces, you've got a normal furnace, a smoker there which has a little chimney going up through it. And then I have a stone cutter and a grindstone just to kind of fill up space. In here is the little walk-in. And we've got all the food down here. You've got, I don't know, just some beef, green pepper, potato. You guys ever put potatoes on your pizza? The chicken, pepperoni, anchovies. There's cupcakes in here. There's a bunch of eggs, wheat, cookies, just stuff like that. Just a walk-in like refrigerator here. And then, yeah. And then the ventilation for the. I usually hide the ventilation room behind a painting. But you guys like, oh, there's no painting in here. That's because I have it actually up here. Whoops. So if you jump up this thing, up the chimney is where the ventilation is that leads into the system. So then you can go down here. I also updated Kids Cove a little bit from last time. The floor is now. I wanted it to be just a little bit different. So because the pattern cut off here, I didn't like the lines. So I instead just made it when you walk in here, this is just all quartz. And then the checkerboard pattern is made out of coal. It's coal and bone blocks, so it looks a little bit different. And that's all I changed for Kids Cove. That's it. I just changed the floor because I didn't like the lines that were going here, so I just changed it into just all to be quartz, and then the checkerboard pattern just so it looks a little bit different from the rest of the building. It's made out of bone blocks and coal now instead of being concrete. And I did a similar thing in the kitchen. The floor in the kitchen is iron and blackstone instead of being concrete as well. Just so it looks a little different. Like, the checkerboard pattern is still across the entire building, but some rooms I want this to be a little bit unique. It's also, the floor in here is also it's so it matches the pressure plates because there's a lot of them throughout this room, and when I think of building a kitchen, iron is the block I think of the most, because there's a lot of iron blocks that you'll use for a kitchen, I think. But, yeah, it's also just so it matches, like, the pressure plates here. I really like how it blends in, like, exactly with the floor, and it doesn't, like, it's not a pressure plate that, like, sticks out like a sore thumb. But I also wanted the floor to look kind of scuffed up and worn compared to the rest of the place, because I've worked in a lot of kitchens, throughout my life, and the floor in a kitchen, it's usually going to be very beat up because you've got people running around on it all day, and then usually at the end of every shift there's somebody who comes and they mop all the stuff up. So I actually just noticed that that should not be quartz, that should be blackstone. Fuck, I did not mean to do that. It's annoying. But this block should be blackstone. And this should be there. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, that's the kitchen done. And then I really like how it turned out. There's nothing crazy with it. It's nothing like, it's probably honestly the least interesting room in the whole place. Aside from like maybe the bathrooms. But even the bathrooms, I feel like there's still a little bit of detail. I also kind of wanted to maybe have the sister location be hidden behind one of these levers. I don't know yet. I don't know if I can do it. I want to be able to pull this back by flipping this lever, and then you have like the toilet will pull back, and then below it is a bubble elevator that goes to this location, and there's another one that goes up. But I don't know if I can make it with an observer maybe, so that why is this one red? No, whatever. I don't know if I can make it with an observer maybe, so that when the bubble elevator comes up, that it'll automatically pull this back. Because you can't like put a tripwire in the middle of a bubble elevator. I don't think. Maybe you could. I don't know. I could do skulk. I could do calibrated skulk as well. We'll see. But now that everything in the main building is done, it's finally time to move on to the FNaF 2 office. Yay! So it's time to build another office. I want to go pick block this door because what I'm actually going to do is yeah, I want to do the FNaF 2 one first. Over this hallway and have like a little door supply closet right here. Because I want it to be hidden. What I had before was what I had before was I just had two doors back here at the back of the office, like two just very obvious doors, and then like you just go through them. There's literally signs that said FNAF 2 office and FNAF 3 office. I don't want to do that this time. Instead, I want to have these supply closets that are at the back of the hallways, like in the actual games. They're supply closets at the back of these hallways. And it'll lead into these teeny little supply closets, but in them there will be paintings that will then bring you to the office. So it's a little more hidden. Because you go in here, it'll be a teeny tiny cramped little office, but there'll be, or a teeny tiny cramped little closet, but there'll be a small poster on the wall that will actually bring you to the office. But that way it'll still be hidden. And I'll do the same thing with the FNAF 3 office when we get to that. That's annoying me. Alright, so now, at the very back of this hallway, there's this little supply closet. And then I'll have a painting. I need a sign, too. Do I want a 4x4? That one. Yeah, that one. I think that one works. And then this will lead... We'll have a short little hallway here. I think, yeah, here I have plenty of room to really extend out. Because, yeah, the FNAF 2 office room is going to be massive. Like, very, very, very big. How many? 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll do 12. The main thing is it's going to be very deep. Because I want it to be like you're facing here. And yeah, let me... Because I know just about how far back I want to be in the room. But that's the thing, the hallway also has to be really long. We'll see. Because the hallway takes up like this whole fucking wall here. So if I'm sitting here, and then... Probably doesn't need to be that big. I think the main thing is that it needs to be very deep. It's going to be a very long room. Here. And then make this the actual start of the room, you know? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I want it to be symmetrical, but I confused myself now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm struggling to figure out how I want to do this. Because I want just this to be hallway. This beyond needs to be hallway, because I need a lot of room to make it very, very dark. So, starting about here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be too tall. We'll see here. I think that definitely is too tall. Is it? No, actually, I think that might be just about perfect. This is where I want to be sitting. Yeah, because then I can have a vent there, vent there. So then about 3 blocks behind, or 2 blocks behind me. Yeah. So I'll be sitting here, and then I have the door here, and then vent that way, and then vent the other way. Should it be even skinnier? It'd be better if it's like that. I think so, yeah. I think it needs to be, yeah, skinny. Cool. Then I'll get rid of this excess that's here. But this will still be here, because I kind of want rooms here too. Like, these will be the walls of the hallway, but I'll put little rooms here too. Like, not very furnished or detailed, but there will be little rooms here just to add to it. And now we just fill it all in. I can already see the vision here. Just from the outline, I can already see the vision. Alright. So a very tall, very long room. I guess not especially that big, huh? Very tall, though. Very tall, very long. And then I'm hoping that the back of the room is dark enough that you can't even really see this. Because before making this room was pretty complicated, but I think now with the addition of tinted glass, because before, like before, man, before in the original version of the room, it was just concrete wasn't in the game yet. I don't think stained glass was in the game yet. So I just had like there was a door off to the side where you'd enter the room, and then there'd be the hallway off to the side of the door, and it would just be black wool. And I was never very happy with the way it turned out, but I always felt like there wasn't a better way to do it. I mean, at the time. But now I think I might really be able to get... Why does that look different? Oh, it's because the shadow is like perfectly over that block, that's why. And then... These are like the little party rooms that there are. Which again, they won't be very furnished, but like them being there will add just a teeny tiny bit more to the room. Yeah, this hallway needs to be not lit up at all. And I don't think when I made the room before, I had a light in the room. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that this time. Or I had a light down the hallway. I don't think I'm gonna put a light in the hallway this time. Because I think it being dark will sell it. Plus, I want it to be just dark enough that you can't see the back of the room from when you're sitting here. I want you to not be able to see the back of the room. Especially if I could do like a piston door. Maybe I could do like a piston door at the back of the room, so that is just a solid wall. Maybe we'll see. I think using a mixture of black and tinted glass, I could really, really make the hallway like mega dark. Yeah, these rooms don't need to be crazy. I might stick some of the toy animatronics in here, though. Because I already have the withered ones that are, like, in the main stage back area, but I don't have... I've never done the toy animatronics. I suppose I could do, like, maybe one of these rooms be the prize corner. But I think, yeah. Now that I think about it, I want to make this one the prize room. So I'll make this one a little bigger. Because I want somewhere for the puppet to be. Because in my original build, I had the puppet in the backstage area. Because I didn't really know where to put her. But this time, I'll make this room a little bigger. And I'll make this room prize corner. And this is where the puppet will be. Because I feel like she's such an important animatronic that I don't want her to not be in the build at all. So this will be prize corner. And I'll keep it unlit, actually. Or maybe I'll have a light. I could do like a light switch. That'd be neat. I've like enough, again, not caring about the exterior at all, fucking obviously. Look at this place already. Not caring about the exterior at all. Ooh, and that could lead to the hallway. This room is really complicated with the ventilation because not only is there not only does there have to be ventilation for the actual vents on the sides, I also want to have ventilation to get into the hallway, which will probably lead to this room, and then you can come out of this room into the hallway. This room is just to get in here from the main building anyway, but because I don't want to lock off the room from ventilation, I want there to be a normal way to get there, and then a ventilation way to get here. But there will be a painting in the back of the room that leads to the main office, and then from the back of the room, there's also vents that lead to the actual vents that are in the office. And then, of course, I lost my train of thought. And then, of course, a vent that leads into the hallway. But I think, yeah, I think I could keep the room, like, just really... Yeah, already you can't even really see the back of that. So I think I could keep the room extremely dim. And then, like, especially with, like, tinted glass, or... yeah, with tinted glass especially, I could make the back of the room really dark. What I am certain of is that this is going to be way better than the original one. I can already tell you that much. And I'm really excited to see this one once I get it done. Yeah, because if I keep it dim lighting at the back of honestly, yeah, if I keep it as dim lighting at the back of the office, I don't think you'd be able to see into the hallway regardless. I don't think I even need to use tinted glass. Which is good, because now the animatronics can actually come out of the hallway. Room's gonna get real dark here in a second, though. Yep. Okay, this is it with... Why is it easier to see with no lighting? What? Why was I have my gamma turned way up? Yeah, let's say I just do like that. No, that annoys me that you can still see the painting at the back of the fucking room. If I use tinted glass, would that even look any better? Because there's no light in this room. Nope, tinted glass won't do shit. So I'll have to cover up that door then. I could always use black concrete too instead of... Yeah, for the back of this room, use black instead of gray. I think that would help. I should have done that to begin with, but whatever. Yeah, for the entirety of the hallway, use black concrete so that that room looks darker than in here. Still not really sure what I'm going to do about the door situation. Again, I could just do like a piston door and have it open and close with like a pressure plate that's tinned on the floor. Because I could just do a black stone pressure plate or an iron one, depending on what the checkerboard pattern ends up being there. Yeah, how'd I do that? How would I do that? I need a redstone torch that's always powering. Yeah, I need a redstone torch that's always powering the blocks. And then, let me finish this first. I'm gonna think about it, brainstorm. I'll need a redstone torch that's always powering the pistons, so that when I step on the pressure plate, it turns the pistons off and pulls them back instead of pushing them forward. There, now that kind of makes the... I need the ceiling to be it too. Doesn't that look kind of weird? No, because sitting from the back here, oh yeah, that cuts it off. Can I fucking... What is happening here? No, huh. We'll just see how it looks. This would work a lot better with the old black concrete texture. Because that shit is like just a void. I remember I was trying to build a statue of an Enderman with the black concrete, the old texture, and it was so annoying because you just can't, like, if you're in black concrete, you not now it has like a texture. Before it was just a completely solid black block. That made it really hard to build with in like big areas. But I liked that. Now it has this like texture to it, which makes it a lot less voidy. It's kind of unfortunate. Because while it did suck that it worked like that, it was still actually a very good building block. That should give the illusion that the hallway is way darker than it is. So I do these rooms, or just, I'll do the back of them real quick. Just these walls of them. Because you can still see, like, the back walls of this too when you're in there. Yeah, now that gives the illusion that the hallway is way darker than the rest of them are actually in. I could also probably do like maybe black concrete powder and gray concrete. And then once it reaches this point, do the normal checkerboard pattern. Just to make the hallway seem as dark as possible. Now, how on earth would I do... Let me get... Well, the floor here doesn't really matter. If I'm going to hide it anyway. Because piston door, ideally, would be like right here. Yeah, because I need pressure plate right here. Okay, so the floor here does not matter. I gotta figure out... Let me get my pressure plate. Acacia, why the hell not? And I need a dicky piston. I already have the black concrete, redstone. I already have a redstone torch. Yeah, redstone dust. And let me see if, let me just fuck around with this for a minute. So if I have you and I have you. I know you can turn redstone torches off. Yeah, if you have one below it powering the one above it, you can have it off. So that's what I need to do. I think now. And we'll gotta figure this out here. That will trigger that. Okay. So I need... Alright, let's see what we're working with here. So I will need redstone dust underneath this. Just mine out a big area under here. And then I know that I'll need a piston here. And a piston here. And then when I hit that, they'll push together. Ideally, they'll be pushed together always, and then when I walk over it, they will both pull back. See if I have brain or not. I gotta get under there now. So... I need to make it so that this piston is always active. And that when I hit the pressure plate, it causes this to trigger. Or no, yeah, that'll work. So now, this piston is always on, and when I hit this pressure plate, nothing happens. I have the piston always on. I just need to... Trying to think here. I'm not very good at redstone, as you can probably tell. Does that just not reach down there or something? Yeah. No, it does reach. It just doesn't... The redstone dust doesn't trigger the torch. Oh, now it does. So I have the piston. I just need to figure out how to flip this back on when I want it to go. Whoops. Shit. No. I don't know how to do that. I'm just fucking around with shit. I don't know if any of this. I might have to just look it up. I really don't want to, but you know. Hang on. So wait, that does work. That does turn that torch off. Turning the torch off isn't the problem, though. I need it to turn on. But I could. I wonder if I do it one block lower. So like... Oh no, I forgot that's below that. So what about now? No. So this one underneath here is on. Okay, I know how to get it to turn off now. I just have to get this down there. Okay. And that should turn it off. And cause it to pull back. No, why not? Uh, Weird. Is it because this redstone is connected to the piston? I think it is. Yeah. So you're telling me if I did this one block further back, would it work? Yes. Okay. Bottom one is a success. Now I just need to figure out the top one. So it'll have to go this way. I know it'll have to, yeah. Just get up to the surface here and see. So it'll be going this way. It's gotta get all the way up there. Oop. Yes! I fucking did it. Oh, good shit. Whoop, maybe not. I'm stuck now. I'm okay. Oh, wait. I see. I didn't quite do it just yet, but easy fix. I think. Yeah, easy fix. I just need this piston to be, whoop, one block higher. And fucking facing down, please. What am I doing? No, this block still needs to be here. With the redstone. There. And then black concrete, black concrete. Yes, perfect. I did not think about the other side. I mean, I just have to connect it to the same circuit then, right? Well, that seems too easy. Yep. It is too easy, because it only connects to the bottom one and not the top one. This has to go this way as well, then. Fuck. Of course, I'm breaking right on top of the redstone. Okay, that goes there. This goes here. Okay, now will that work? I hope. What did I broke it. Oh, I see what I did. Yes! Oh, that feels so good. Okay. Very nice. I probably did this redstone extremely inefficiently. It's gonna be like, cool, I'm a redstone expert, but honestly, I probably did it extremely inefficiently. Like, this is probably just an absolute mess of this down here. I don't care. I'm shit at redstone and I was able to do it. I'm proud of myself for that. Alright, final step is just putting the walls back up. Very nice. So yeah, now this wall back here is completely blacked off. Cool. Okay, now that's done. I guess I should start doing the floor. Let me get... Well, wasn't I gonna do the floor gray concrete? So maybe I just do a stone one? Yeah, because I want the floor as gray and black concrete powder, I think. Because black concrete powder is just a little lighter than normal black concrete. Is there light gray concrete? Surely, right? Oh yeah, there's light gray concrete. So I could do light gray and dark gray. So yeah, I want the floor in this hallway here to be darker than the rest of the floor. Although, well, no. I'll do light gray. I think it'll sell the illusion well enough. Yeah, let me cover all the floor of this part up so I don't fuck it up later. Where the hell? Yeah, black concrete and light gray concrete. I want them next to each other. Now I should be able to break the rest of the floor. I have a lot of floor to do in here. It's gonna take a while. I'm just really proud I was able to actually pull that off. Beautiful. Because again, I'm far from like an expert at redstone. Obviously, from my workings, I'm far from an expert at redstone. So, when I'm able to get something even like as simple as that to work, it feels really good. Because I don't think like in the original build I really incorporated like any redstone. Honestly, I don't think I did. Now that I think about it, no. I didn't have any like flickering lights in the place like I do now. I certainly didn't have any like piston doors. So, and then a lot of times now I'll try to use redstone for something, even if it's out of my comfort zone. And I could always just look up a tutorial on something, but I like figuring it out for myself with the little bit of knowledge I have. Like, obviously I don't have the knowledge on redstone to build like a computer, but you know, I will also be able to. I wonder if I probably could, honestly. That I wanted to have a light switch in here so that like it's always dark, and then you can walk in here and flip the lights on. Just if you so please, but I don't want there to be lights in here and then it pollutes the hallway. So, but I'm thinking about figuring out a way to make it so that um, when you turn the light switch on, one of the lights when you turn it on will still flicker. And I think I could do that with a clock. I think I could do that. This room is all about. This is the one that I really want to improve the most, because I just remember being completely unhappy with it when I did the original build, and there just wasn't a good way to do it back then, I don't think. I probably could have done something similar to this, but with like coal or something. Or no, I don't think coal blocks were in the game back then, but black wool, something along those lines. But I just didn't have the brain. I just didn't have a brain like that. I'd also like to have an armor stand like fused into a desk with a pumpkin on its head, so that like you could actually take the pumpkin off the desk and wear it as like the Freddy mask. That'd be pretty neat. Because now you can phase armor stands like into objects. I think I could phase it into a block like perfectly, so that just the head is poking out, and then put a pumpkin on top of the armor stand, and then you can take the pumpkin, like if you're doing this in survival, which is the point of the map, is that one person is the security guard, and at least one other person, but ideally a few other people are playing the animatronics, then in survival, if there's an armor stand and like the pumpkin head is clipping like through the desk and it's actually on the desk itself, then you don't have to like take it out of a chest or anything. You can just take it from the armor stand and then just throw it on your head. That'd be kind of cool. And then yeah, once you reach this point, it transitions to the white concrete. It's just so that the hallway looks darker, you know? You know? Yep. That's a no. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm just stupid. My brain works. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Why would it be inconsistent now? It's because my brain don't work. That's why. And then something also that's going to be kind of cool is that now with the vent, because now you can actually crawl, you can actually crawl through the vents. Because you can put like a trap door above you and flip it down, and then you'll be put into the crawling state. So then I can just make the vents 1 block tall, and then you can just crawl through the vents. Because before, the vents were like 2 blocks tall, and that's all I had. That's the entire reason why the ventilation idea sparked in the first place, was because you couldn't get into the vents from the office, because they were 1 block tall, but they had to be 2 block tall on the inside so that you could actually stand up in them. So that's the entire reason I decided to make the ventilation in the first place. But in this one, I'll probably have ventilation that leads to this one right here, to this room, so that you can show up in the hallway without the pistons going off. And then a ventilation to this vent, to that vent, and then one behind the player. Kablamo. Then, yeah, let me take off my night vision. Or how long does it have left on it? 30 seconds. Okay, I'll just wait. By the time it takes me to get milk and everything, it'll be like 30 seconds anyway. Oop. Give me that. Alright. So you're sitting here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that works so well. It could maybe work a little better, but this room is like completely dark. I think it's just because I have my gamma up so high. But you absolutely cannot tell that there's a door there. It does just kind of look like a flat wall, which is unfortunate. But, you absolutely cannot tell that there's a door there. But that is kind of why I want a vent in this room, because, like, if you hit that, it's so fucking obvious. If you hit it, it's clear as day that there's a door here. But yeah, otherwise, that's pretty hard to tell. And yeah, common theme with all the offices that they're all going to be very dark. Just that there's more of an effect. But yeah, I really like that. That's nice. That's nice as hell. Much, much better than the old one. I'll probably do a little more lighting, or too. I like that. That's nice. It's like a little aura, like of light, like around the player, with the redstone torch back there. It's still very dim too. Yeah, the different color concrete really sells it. It's almost like an optical illusion. Like it looks like the hall's coming at you. I love that. That's great. And yeah, this room's probably going to be actually nothing except a ventilation room. But I will turn this one into the prize counter later. Yeah, that's great. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now that I know the lighting's good, I'll reapply my night vision. And let's see here. Where do I think feels right? Like right here, where the vent should go. So, alright. And I will need... I'll just do that. And this is where the hole for the ventilation will be. And then there's going to be so much that I'm actually going to make a teeny tiny little room here as well. And then we'll have this going this way. And same thing the other way. Alright. I love symmetry. Beautiful. Yep, and then they'll come in here. I'll have... And then, yeah, that puts you into the crawling state. So now you can actually crawl through the vent and come up here to the office. Ew. Yeah, you can actually crawl into the office and poke your head out. That's neat. What block did I do it? God, this place is gonna look so crazy by the time I'm done with it. Holy man. How did I do that? I'm trying to. I want it to be lined up on the exact block. Yeah, this is it. The outside of this place is just gonna look so ridiculous. Oh my god, man. 5 nights at the factory. It's okay though. It's all about the gameplay experience. Because I have so many people who are gonna play on this map. They're all waiting for me to finish it, you know? I just have so many people. Or no, this needs to go. Because you'll take a turn here and it'll go this way. Yeah. The funny thing about the vents is that it's literally just for potential gameplay idea. Because actually using them to get around the place takes so much longer than just actually walking. Whoop. Oh, I had one on me. Okay. Did I do it on two different lines? I did. Consistency. That's what I love. Or no, I don't need to be that tall. What am I doing? Cut off right here. I kind of like leaving the edges like jagged like this because I feel like it makes it look as often as I say, oh, I don't care about the outside. I do kind of like how it enhances like the vent look, how they look like real pipes, you know? All right. What the hell did I just hear? That was a weird noise. Did I seriously get rid of the ladder? And this one will lead down to the hallway. And since light passes through paintings, I want to make sure that that torch doesn't fuck it up. It does fuck it up. Okay, so no torch here. Yeah, that's fine. It's a little dark here, but that's okay. Yeah, this one. That one's good for a party room. Is that too obvious? I can't get one of these to be... No, I can't get one of those to be exactly even. Yeah, no. No, still wouldn't be even. Yeah, my only option is the other one. That's fine. I want to do that one for like nostalgia purposes anyway, because that's the one I had here originally, and I remember this one specifically being in here in the office. So I kind of wanted it to stay here. So yeah. And I gotta be careful with my torch placement in here too, because I don't want any light. That should be good. I don't want any light from here seeping into the office. Right? Yeah, I placed it on the third block. Okay, cool. Then yeah, for the most part, just adding a bunch of finishing touches, and that should be good. I do need to add the lights above the door, above the vents, but that should be no biggie. I'll just need a button. Do a pale oak one, so it's really easy. I could do bamboo too. Is that yellow? Yellow one would be most accurate. And a redstone lamp. Nah. I want to match the color scheme more, so I'll do pale oak. Can you actually not hit the buttons from the desk? Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. I could make the desk 3 blocks wide. Then you could. Then you just move over here to this one and... No, still not. How close do you have to be to fucking hit a button? Bruh. I still can't hit it. There we go. Actually, no. I mean, I can still do that. That seems fine. I can still do that. I didn't want it to feel too much like a couch, but I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna need a desk. I need an oak slab. Oak. Well, anyway. Yeah, normal oak planks. I'm gonna need an armor stand. And a piston. And I have a redstone torch on me. So... That's right, that doesn't power that. Not sure why redstone torches don't directly power pistons, but... There. That should be perfect. Why do people join just to leave immediately? I wonder what people expect when they do that. I have so often people will... Yeah, there we go. Oh, he could do with a few more snow layers. So he's not... Yeah, I hate to do it all again, but... That's a bit too high, I feel. That should be good. Yeah, it's so often where people will join the stream and then they leave immediately. And when people do that, I genuinely wonder what they're expecting when they join, you know? Oh, now it's just gone. Oh no, he's here. He's just underneath the snow layers. Ugh. Please work with me here, Minecraft, I beg. No, now it's pushing him underneath the fucking snow. I should have just left it the way I had it. Can I stop doing that, please? Hello? There we go. Now I just need you to push it in without pushing the armor stand through the floor. It worked once, why won't it work now? Oh, because no, it's not. There, I'll just keep it that way. Yeah. I could maybe try to pose it. Yeah, now it's poking out a little bit more. That's the best one. Okay. And now, if you're in survival, then you can just come over here. You can take the pumpkin off the desk, and then you can, like, actually put it on your head. I think, like, I want to have a computer here for, like, you know, the security tablet, but I might have to break my rule, because I don't think there's any other way to do it aside from using a barrier. I don't know how else I'd get the painting to stand without just looking goofy as shit. I could just use a trapdoor, maybe? Mayhaps. I don't know if I can put a painting on that. Can I? I can! Okay, cool. Not sure what screensaver I want to use for this one, then. I could just do the rose again. Doesn't want to give me the rose. There we go. I went to search mouse instead of button. I usually search what I tend to search a lot of the times what I want the thing to be instead of what it is. Since when can you put fucking paintings over buttons? And yeah, because I know there's like celebrate posters over by these. Or there's just posters in here in this room. I know there's an exact middle to this. It always annoys me that I can't put a shulker box in a shulker box. I mean, I understand why. For, like, I mean, survival, obviously, but it does get a little annoying. Why does that appear gray? I mean, I want one here, but can I maybe do a black one? That look better? Yeah, it would. It really would. Okay. Lost all the shit, but whatever. Because I still want storage in this room, but the black one is just way less obvious that it's there. It's almost invisible, actually. And yeah, I feel like there should be more details in here, but I don't want to overdo it. Ooh, yeah, that'll work. Maybe not deep slate tile, though. Maybe polished. Whoops. Because the office does have, like, these wires that stretch around, like, the entire thing. Oh yeah, I really like that effect. Because these are like the split ends of the wires that are coming down. You know? There, now it looks like it's actually going into the wall. Very extremely subtle detail, but whatever. It does its job. Yeah. I like it. And now there's just this room, which I'm not really even sure what to do with. I do know what I want to do with this room, though. I will need... First thing I want to figure out is the lighting. We should be honestly really easy to just do a light switch. Shouldn't be too difficult. That should be plenty. Yeah, when you walk in, have a light switch like right here. And then just simply have it come up. And I hope that's enough to cover it. If not, I can just always add a repeater. It's one block short. Are you for real? This one block doesn't reach. Okay. Here's your repeater, you overdramatic fuck. Can you see this lever, though? From the office? No, okay. So long as you can't. Should I just make all the walls in here black at that point? Or I'll make this wall black. I don't want it to be cut off. It looks kind of weird. No. Why does it suddenly not work now? What did I do? I broke a block. There. I don't know how I did that. Just redoing the wall, I guess. Okay, so in here I'll need, let's do quartz. I'll match Kit's Cove. There. And then I'll put like prizes on stuff on that in a minute. But then I guess make the room bigger. I have to make the lighting bigger too then. What is happening with this out here? Huh? Okay, how weird. I think to have enough room for the puppet, I have to expand the room by like 1 or 2 blocks. Which is fine. Actually, do I just want to do 3? So the lighting can stay even. My weird thing about the exterior is that all of it needs to be gray. Which I will go back over this later in a minute. Yeah, I figure I may as well. Because now I figure I may as well just extend it by 3 blocks. Because now every row of lighting can be increased by 2. And I probably need... Nope, this one doesn't reach. There we go. Right, didn't I wanted one light to flicker? Uh, okay, how did that happen? What? I see. Yeah, yeah. Redstone is complicated sometimes. So yeah, it turns, yeah. I'll also have to add a repeater to this one here. There we go. And then I can make this one in the back flicker probably. If I just do... How did I do that before? I gotta go down here to this one. Weird. Well, that should work then, right? What am I doing wrong? It's like cut off from the rest of the circuit now. Because this redstone torch turning off doesn't turn this one off. No, I had... Well, it's not ticking anyway. I don't understand what I'm missing here. I really don't. What is this one doing that I don't get? Is it because it's by itself? Is it because it's facing a different way? Like, because it's like this? Literally, what is happening? Why is this one constantly moving and the other one isn't? I seriously don't understand. Isn't it the exact same? Or no, it's away. No, it's away and then it goes back into it. Right? There we go. So now I just need to... Cool, so that doesn't work. Does that even work the way I think it does? Yeah, it does. I just need to line up with that. Oh, is this redstone just off by the time it reaches this? Working with redstone in a compact area is so annoying. All this to make the one light in the corner flicker, by the way. Didn't even work still, though, because it doesn't turn that off. Yeah, because I need... maybe here. Oh, well, that would help if I connected the redstone to the light, too. Well, let's just see here. Yeah, that... okay, I figured it out, I figured it out, I figured it out. So now all I need to do is bring this here. And it should work. No, why would it? What's going on here now? Oh, this is the wrong signal. I need the one that's flickering to... will that work? No, why would it? It's like, I figured out how to turn off the clock when I flip the light. I just need to figure out how to get it to this one, while also keeping it disconnected from everything else. Oh, man. Did I... oh my god, yes! Holy... cool, okay. So now, every light will flicker, every light will turn on except for the one back there. You know, I put too much effort into that for it to just be one light. So I'm gonna make this one back here also do it. Shit, I put way too much effort into that for it to just be one light. So I'm also going to give this light the flicker as well. And it even flickers out of sync. I could actually make it more out of sync here. Yeah. So now those two lights even flicker out of sync. And they all turn off at once. Ah, that feels so good to get that. It took way longer than I actually thought it would. Full disclosure. I mean, look at this. This is way bigger, way messier than I thought it would be. I didn't think it'd be that complicated. Redstone clocks are always complicated. Having a system of redstone that's always going is just fucking ridiculous sometimes. But we did it. And I want to take a break from decorating everything just to cover all this up while we're on the topic of redstone. The reason I'm putting a wall there, though, is because I'm going to want to have a trapdoor, like, in the roof so I can get back down here if something fucks up. Covering up redstone is always iffy, because you could always... goof up one of the circuits. Why does it look pink? It's weird. Spruce might be the best option for this. Yeah. Cool. I don't want to try to be fancy about making this compact. I'm just going to build a big box around the whole thing. Because I really don't want to fuck it up. Oh, I actually did do that at the right length. Huh, okay. All this for 2 lights to flicker. That's okay. There'll probably be more and more redstone the further I get into the build. Honestly. I still have to go higher, goddamn. This one was just complicated because I want the hallway to stay dark, but I also want you to be able to light up this room if need be. Like, if you want to go into it, I want you to be able to light up the room and have a good look at it. But, you know. Issue with that is I had to figure out how to have the light switch so that when you turn it on, it flickers with the clock, but also that the clock stops once you turn off the light. That should be good, yeah. Oh, that's the trapdoor. Yeah, I'll do another one above here. What am I hearing? It's fucking weird. Okay, I can go patch this hole back up now. I had to reference my own research. But hell yeah. That's the FNaF 2 office done. That's a big ass room. Actually, not that big. It's honestly nowhere near as big as the Pirate Cove. Man, I don't think any room's gonna end up being bigger than the main room. Maybe the sister location under it, but I don't know. Not gonna be able to see that one. But goddamn, it's this is so much more intricate than it originally was. Let me tell you, this is so much more complicated than it was before. Go throw most of my inventory away. Why is this one oxidizing? Didn't I grab waxed ones? Yeah. Alright. See how long I was streaming for? About 2 hours, and does it say 5:22 or 6:22? I can't tell. 6:22. Okay, so I gotta get to the store here soon before other people get there. But yeah, I'll recap what we did this time. Is started off with the kitchen way over here, which again, not a crazy room, but I'm still quite proud of it. I think it's really nice. It's really nice. Works as a kitchen. Got all the small details of one. And you go in here, you've got literally your little walk-in. Nothing crazy, but you know, it was never gonna be. This isn't even a room that we know what it looks like in FNaF, so kind of just made one up. But I like how it turned out. And then obviously the main meat of this video is FNaF 2 office. Down here in the I'll detail the supply closet later. But yeah, go through here. And then FNaF 2 office. Then obviously we've got the redstone door here so that it can hide how you get in here from the back of the hallway. And then you can sit here on the desk. You've got your lights for both the vents. And then the Freddy head, which you can put on. Apparently you can't with L2, but yeah, you put the Freddy head on. Got your computer here. And then, if you're an animatronic, you can go through one of the vents. Like the right vent here, you can go in here. Then you can crawl through the vent. Pretty neat. And then, yeah, this room is pretty much nothing. It's just so that, again, ventilation. So that somebody can sneak into if somebody's playing the animatronic, they can get into the hallway sneakily. Because if they did this, it'd just be extremely loud, very obvious. You can really, that is a metal pressure plate, so I can't drop something on it, but it's really obvious that if somebody walked through that. And then this, which I'll finish next time, is the prize corner. And I was going to do it this stream, but the reason I couldn't and ran out of time was because of the lights. Because I wanted two of them to flicker in the back of there, but it just took way too much time to figure out that redstone. Like, go up here and take a look at it. Like, I want to actually, yeah. This one's easy to get back into and look at. Yeah, figuring out how to do that redstone just took so long. But yeah. And then, yeah, the whole reason I wanted there to be a light switch was so that you can be here working and it's still extremely dark. Like, the hallway is very, very dark. I also used light gray concrete here. Instead of white concrete, I used the light gray here to really, really sell the illusion that the hallway is way darker than the room that you're in. I think it works really well. Like, I use black concrete for the walls instead of gray, and I use light gray instead of white for the floor, and I think, like, obviously if you're here, then you can tell, but when you're sitting in this chair specifically, it really sells the illusion that the hallway is way darker. And it's almost like it jumps out at you. And then, yeah, the reason why this took me so long was, if I want to have two flickering lights, that'd be fine. But this needed to be on a light switch in here so that you could still come in here and enjoy this will eventually be the prize corner with the puppet back there. But obviously, if I just had lights going on in there constantly, then that'd be a huge distraction. It would take away from this whole thing. So that's why this room had to be on a light switch. But to have flickering lights on a light switch took me a long time to figure out. But yeah, overall, I'm extremely proud of it. It's just way, way better than the original one. This is by far the room that's probably changed the most. I was gonna say maybe Pirate Cove changed more, but no. This is definitely the room that has changed the most by absolute far. It's not even a competition. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Really, really nice. I'm especially just proud of all the redstone. Like, this is cool. This one took me longer, but this one especially I'm so proud of. I was able to figure this out. Mainly because I was able to figure it out easily, I think. The floor is kind of annoying me, though. I think I want to fix that. Just make it fucking consistent. There we go. So now it'll be consistent. Yeah, I'll detail the little supply closet later. And then, yeah, next time we'll start off with getting the prize corner finished up, which shouldn't really take long. I think the only things I'll have in here are... It'd be kind of cool, honestly, it'd be kind of cool if I put a vent in here. Or in here. Not in this one. This one is fine, because you can just go in here and then go up and get to the other vent pretty... I mean, not, like, super quickly, but, you know. But in the puppets room, I could have a vent and have it connect to the other one. Like, I could put a vent here and have it, like, connect to this one. That'd be kind of neat, huh? Yeah, we'll see. It's overall just so much better. I love it. It's obviously, I don't think it's... I was about to look at a reference for the game, but something interesting that I've been trying to follow when building this is that when I built it initially, I only built it at my father's house. And I did not have my phone when I was at his house, ergo I did not really have any, like, internet access. So when I was building this whole thing, I didn't have... The original building was built entirely off of memory. I didn't have a way to look for a reference or anything. The entire original building was built from my memory. And this new one now, I wanted to do the same thing. Like, I almost looked up a reference for... I almost looked up a reference for the FNaF 2 office, because I couldn't quite remember. But now I'm kind of like... I just like it the way it is. It has a certain charm to it being made from memory, and I want to keep it that way. Because the original one was made from memory, and I want to redo the whole thing from memory. I want to redo the whole thing with a similar vibe. Even if me older might want to do things a little different, I'm not going to, because I want to keep it... I want to keep it faithful while still adding my new twist to it, like how I have Foxy out here now, but his play place is like a whole different room. It's way bigger. It has a way different vibe to it. I've revamped the designs of a lot of things because we have a lot more options for building blocks than we did way back then. So, overall, there's just a lot more options. But the base idea is still the same. Actually, I actually really like the kitchen. Honestly, it's simple, but it might be one of my favorite rooms in the whole place. I knew it. I knew there was one here. I couldn't remember if I put one here or not. Yeah, it's a vent that leads to the main stage. Beautiful. So then, yeah, next time, I'll probably... Oh, welcome, Stanny G Tech. I feel like I recognize that name, but it's been a long time. I was just about to end the stream, but if you like, I can recap you. Long time no talk. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I recognize that name, but it's been a while. I was about to end the stream, but would you be interested in the actual building? Because I'm done with what I built for this time. but I can do a recap. Yes, okay, cool. So I'll go outside and I'll give you a little tour real quick. Do not mind the outside. This is the outside of the building. So yeah, it's pretty big. And then in here, this is the main dining room. You walk right in here. There's a book with do you have a reservation? And a cash register. This is the dining room, obviously the main stage with Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. We should create a server. I host server still, if anything. Great. Maybe. But anyway, main stage, we got Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica. And then Foxy over here. You go up here, you can go backstage. And this is just where all the backstage stuff is kept. The reason I have the Withered animatronics back here built like this is because, well, obviously the title says I'm rebuilding a very old world I had as a kid on a PS3 that I lost. But when I first built the world, armor stands weren't a thing. So I built the Withered animatronics like this because this is how I built them originally because there weren't armor stands. And then, yeah, boiler room, but not really. This is kind of just like, this isn't a room that's in FNaF. I kind of just threw it down here because this is where all the stuff is, so that like if any of it somehow gets deleted, like if I break an armor stand or something, or this banner, which is the Celebrate poster, if I happen to break it, I have spares down here so I don't have to remake it again. And this is a trash can that just burns everything that goes into it. And that, like, loom, anvil, smithing table, cauldron for dyeing leather armor. I threw Golden Freddy down here because I didn't know where else to put him. Still have my first world too. I wish I did. I wish I had my first world. This is a recreation of that. I don't have anywhere near my first world. That file actually got corrupted. My first world, which really stinks. Anyway, main dining area. Here's the bathrooms. Not very interesting. I mean, they're bathrooms, but I did include them. And then when I originally built it, again, this was a very long time ago. We didn't really know a lot about Foxy or where he was, and when I was younger, my interpretation was that he was in his own room. When I rebuilt it, I decided to put Foxy out here with the rest of them, but I still included the separate room that I put him in initially. And there's this big room with, like, there's arcade cabinets over here, and there's like a play place that's themed like a pirate ship. There's this boat that you can go around in. And there's this where you can like walk the plank, but this ground here is like very soft. It's like a big mattress, so if a kid jumps off that, they're not going to hurt themselves. This is not supposed to be a real aquarium. It's supposed to be like a screen that's displaying an aquarium, but obviously in Minecraft, the closest thing it can get to it is a real aquarium. But it's supposed to be like a screen that's displaying an aquarium. And then, yeah, when I first made it, it was like a hodgepodge of all three locations. So we have Pirate Cove here, but then we also have Kids Cove in this room with BB and Mangle here. And then there's nothing crazy about this one. Like, it's pretty much the same. There's just arcade cabinets and the prize counter here. Same way it is in Pirate Cove. But when I first... I'm going to say that a lot when I first built it, because it is a recreation. But I wanted to include BB and Mangle when I did it. So that's like the entire reason Kids Cove is here, was just so that BB and Mangle exist in the build. And then here's the kitchen. This is where I started today. This was not built. Everything I'm going to show you after this point was not built today, and I did it all today. So this is the kitchen. If I can hit the fucking button. And then there's not a whole lot to it. You know, it's a kitchen. We don't really know what the actual FNaF one looks like, so I built a kitchen based off of one that I used to work in. So yeah, since we don't know what Since we don't know what the actual FNaF kitchen looks like, I built one based off of one that I used to work in. So this looks very similar to that. And then walk in here with all the food. You got all the pizza toppings and all that in here, and cake, because you can't have FNaF without cake. And then I'll show the vents in a minute. I'll show the vents in a minute. And then, oh yeah, down here, I built this earlier, I lied. I built this, like, one of the first things I did. This is the FNaF 1 office, clearly. You've got your desk here, and then celebrate poster and all that. And then, of course, the door's closed, and the lights, you can do that. I wanted it to be very dim back here, so it's like when you're back here, it's like it's still the middle of the night shift, but then you poke out here and it's the middle of the day. So this hallway had to be very dark. And then going this way, we have a little supply closet here, and then you go behind this painting, and here is FNaF 2 office. And this was the meat of most of this video, was building out the FNaF 2 office is what I spent most of this time doing. So, yeah, here you sit here, there's the vents, obviously you can hit the buttons here again, and you can grab the Freddy mask and put it on. So that's neat. There's gonna be like 100 carved pumpkins in here. But, oh yeah, here's the FNaF 2 office, and then where I've left off is, this room is just nothing. I'll explain what is in a minute. And then this is going to be the prize corner, where the puppet is in this corner. And then I had this be a light switch, because I wanted this hallway to be as dark as possible. And if I left the lights on all the time, it'd just be really distracting. So, I had to make it a light switch. And this redstone here took fucking forever. It was like most of me of this video was trying to figure out this redstone, to have this light flicker when I flip the switch, but also turn off when I flip it again. Took a long time to figure that out. And then, yeah, I also made instead of white, I used light gray. Instead of gray for the walls, I used black. So it really gives the illusion that the hallway is way darker than it actually is. And then that painting back there is, I will give a tour of the ventilation system. So throughout that's what all these, like, pipes are. Oh, hang on. I'll pop back outside for a second. That's what all of these pipes that go across the entire building, these are like the vents that go throughout the entire thing. And there's vents that connect to every single room in the building. So that, like, if somebody's, it's like there's one person who's playing as like a night guard here, and they're doing all this, but then there's at least one, or ideally a few other people who are playing as the animatronics, and the vent systems throughout the entire building are so that they can get around the entire place without ever being seen out in the open. So, like, this is the vent here, you can get down here and crawl through the vent here to the main office. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, that's what this is here. That's what this is here for too. This random room here is that there's another vent here, so that there's a way for you to get into the hallway without triggering this, because it just completely ruins the illusion of the hallway if somebody hits that getting into the hallway. So that's why this one's the prize corner, but this room's kind of just a nothing burger ass room, and it's just so that there's a way for somebody to sneak into the hallway without triggering the door, because you can get in that way, but it's just too obvious. And then yeah, this leads back out to the hallway, and there are vents that lead literally everywhere. So this one gets behind you in the FNaF 1 office. And then there's this one that leads into the main stage room. And yeah, when I say every room, I mean actually every room. Except the bathroom, okay? Not actually every room, except the bathroom. Yeah, this one leads to the kitchen. And they're almost always behind paintings, but actually because I wanted smoke to be coming out of the smoker. But I didn't want an actual chimney, because I want no natural light coming into the building. So, and there wasn't really, like, if I go on the outside of this here, you can see that it's just so cramped next to everything else that there wasn't a lot of room for, like, a painting for the vent and a wall, so I decided to put it here in the ceiling as the chimney to the smoker. And you can, like, do that and get up into this one. And then, yeah, there's this one here, which will go down into Kids Cove here. Back behind this corner is where that painting is. Then you go this way, you can get down into the Pirate Cove area. So this will lead you into this room. And this one will lead you backstage. And then I didn't add one to the boiler room. So literally, not literally every room. It doesn't bring you to the bathroom, it doesn't bring you to the boiler room, because I didn't see a point. But anywhere else, the vents can bring you to. It's not very efficient. It's way faster to just go around out in the open, but the entire point of the vents is for you to... You can sneak around the entire building and get from room to room without ever being seen walking out in the open. So, yeah. I doubt they'll ever really get much use because I don't have friends who would want to play it with me. But, it is just for the sake of the fact that it was in the original map, so I wanted to re-include it in this one. Plus, I think it's really cool anyway, even if it never gets much use. And then, yeah, there's the entire building from the outside. That's the main building. Here's the bathrooms. That's the FNaF 1 office. Kitchen, Kids Cove, big-ass Pirate Cove there. FNaF 2 office, and really big for the prize corner, but that's because all the redstone in the ceiling. I'll play with you. That's nice, thank you. And then, yeah, I can... There's this redstone down here for the door. Which there's probably a much easier way for me to do this, but I figure it out. But yeah. I don't know what I think I'm just gonna leave it. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about the outside, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything. I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is, because that's what I did with the original building, was leave it the way it was. And I think I probably could build like a massive box to encase this entire thing in and make it work that way. But I don't know. Maybe I'll see when I'm done, but for right now, the building's just completely ginormous. And it's kind of a mess. I don't think it looks bad. It's just kind of... It's more like a factory, you know? It looks a lot more like a factory than a pizzeria, but... The point is that once you get on the inside, you're supposed to be, like, fully immersed anyway. So... That's why, like, aside from the door, there's no natural light coming into the building. There are no windows. There's nothing. You get in here and there is nothing else other than here. I keep seeing this and thinking it has... The bottom of this lantern has the same, like, natural blue light kind of hue that the... But yeah, that's why I did this here. Was because I was going to have it as... like an actual chimney that goes out, and I wanted to have the smoke coming out of the ceiling from the outside. But I realized that that let natural light into this room, and I did not want that. So this makes it the vent that leads you through the rest of the building instead. And yeah. I love how dark this one turned out. This is the room that by far that changed the most from the original, because if I remember correctly, again, it's been a long time, but if I remember correctly, I had like a door, and then I had to the side of the door, I had the hallway, and The hallway was just made out of black wool, and it was nowhere near as deep as this. It was like 2 or 3 blocks deep, as far as I remember. So, I just did not do a very good job of building it at the time. I know a lot. I know a lot more build hacks now for the two. I'm actually really excited next time to build the FNaF 3 office because there are so many more green building blocks than there were when I first did it. I'm proud of this door too. I'm very proud of the door. Because when I built this earlier, I was like, it looked perfect, but then you had this eyesore, this thing here. I was like, that's annoying. Because you can obviously see the painting and the light seeping through that. But when that covers up, it's like it's not there. It's just a flat wall. I could help you build it. I'm not sure. Like, I appreciate the offer, that'd be nice, but I am a little bit of a control freak when it comes to my Minecraft builds. Like, I'll just be self-aware and honest with that. I like everything to be just the way I want it to be. Especially this one, because nobody knows exactly what I'm going for except for me. Okay, yeah, you're good. But especially this one, because nobody knows exactly what I'm going for except for me, because I'm recreating a build I did as a child. I was like 9. So, especially for this one, I've had a few people on the stream be like, hey, can I help you build it? I'm like, I appreciate the offer, but, the thing is, nobody exactly knows what I'm going for with it. An item frame. I don't know what to put in the item frame. A brush, actually, that'd be perfect. I forgot that archaeology was in the game. Sure, we can't read your mind. Yeah. Whoop. You can just brush anything? I thought it had to be suspicious. I don't know. I haven't messed with the archaeology at all ever since it was added. Have you been in general? How's school? Oh, I haven't been in school for a long time. Work kind of stinky though. But fuck it, we ball. That should be good enough to decorate this. It's supposed to be like a supply closet, but that should be good enough, I think. The only reason I made the supply closet anyway was so that it wasn't just a... Because when I first did it, I'm a broken record with this, but when I first built it, I had just doors in the back of the office that just led to the other offices, and I didn't want to do that again, because it just seemed kind of cheap. So now instead there's this supply closet, which actually is here in FNaF. There's a supply closet at the end of each hallway. So this one back here leads to FNaF 2. And then next time, the one on this end will lead to the FNaF 3 office, which I'm pretty excited to build because there's so many more green building blocks now. When I first did it, I think in 2016 was when I first made this world. I'm pretty sure, or late 2015, early 2016, and there was like no green building blocks at the time. There was wool, and that was it. So now there's concrete, there's oxidized copper, which is going to be really nice. Yeah, there's concrete, there's the oxidized copper, there's like prismarine. Yeah, the weathered stuff especially. This is going to look so nice in the FNaF 3 area. The the weathered copper is gonna look so good when I eventually do that. But yeah, there's so much. There's like glow lichen that you can use as mold. There's stained glass. There's concrete and stuff. Concrete powder, terracotta, uh, things like slime blocks. There's so many more green building blocks in the game than there ever were when I first did it. So I am really excited to do the FNaF 3 portion because I feel like that's going to be the one that I can really improve the most. Although I don't know. The FNaF 2 one also I improved heavily. It looked like shit. I wonder if I can find like a really old photo of it maybe. But yeah, the old FNaF 2 office was it was probably when I first did it, it was probably my least favorite building. My least favorite room in the whole building was probably the original FNaF 2 office. Because I just did it very lazily. What? Oh, is it because I... It is. It's because I went up to this and I hit the pressure plate on accident. I flipped that back out. That's why. Yeah, the button doesn't do it. It's just the pressure plate. So don't step on the desk. Because it'll do that. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it here because it's like, I think 7 now. And the reason I stayed building was because yeah, it's like 6:30. And the reason I stayed up on Minecraft was because I need to go to the store today. And I wanted to make sure that I went before all the idiots get there later in the day. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all enjoy. Hope you have a good day, night, wherever you're doing. And Klein Den.